Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are we all doing today, boys and girls? Yeah, good. Oh, excuse me. Yes, I do get a ton of emails. You're right. I mean, we all in the same boat, aren't we? Just billions of emails every single day, no matter what happens, no matter who, where. I mean, I can't complain, right? I would much rather emails than Slack, so I'm happy. Anyway, oh, there's some glare going on here on my monitor. Don't worry. Just give me one moment. There we go, much better. Now I look like a caveman. Yeah, too much glare. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll work through this. We've done worse. So today we're going to continue building. Oh, okay. We're going to continue building our brutalist architecture, and we're going to do it in the most brutalist way possible by just continuing to be slave labor for ourselves. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. No. No, that's not what I mean, and you know exactly that that's not what I mean. Anyway, okay. Let me get my talking points out first. Just let me talk, bro. Let me. Yes, well, that is life, isn't it? I like to think so, because it's in some ways, at least to me, this is a rather more interesting life than, or actually in most ways to me, this is a more interesting life than what I had when we were working, when all of us, or when some of us were working together, because it's. Yes, I am calling you boring. That is exactly what I'm doing. I just thought of something. Just bear with me for one moment. Can I replace? I don't think we're using andesite. What if I did this? Oh, isn't that pretty? And yes, exactly like yesterday, you said it right. We're going to improvise our way into a modern brutalist architecture. Actually, look at that. That is interesting as well, isn't it? That is exceptionally interesting. But we do want these small windows, so we're gonna have these small windows. Oops. I like it. Right? Like, oh, wait, what's going on? Oh, yeah, because I did it the wrong side. Because essentially what this is, it... Yes, I got distracted and forgot my own talking points here. You're absolutely correct. What are you gonna do, sue me? Have him call me. Have him call me. Like, don't even call my lawyer. Just call me directly. I don't actually. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't like the discovery process. I actually very much dislike it. Just because it's such a faff. Actually, we probably should be doing it with the polished version. Oh, hi. Are those fish? Those are fish. Wonderful. I mean, you can't tell. The question is, have I never played a proper Minecraft before? And the answer is no, I have not. I've only ever played Minecraft in the sense that basically what I'm doing right here, right? Like I am just in creative mode building. And I think, at least for me, the I am not in video games for a sense of satisfaction at having accomplished something, right? Because that, like, modern video games are interesting in that they really are, they're a time sink for a lot of, I guess, interesting and actually not bad reasons. Partially it also keeps the kids off the street, etc., etc. Of course, it puts them on the internet, which isn't necessarily better. Oh, actually, yeah, what are we gonna do about this? I gotta think about this. Let me finish my thought and then we'll think about this. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is modern video games aren't exactly like their sense of purpose is different from classical video games in that they are like people play them for more interesting reasons than in the past, where it was just an idle hobby that you would spend maybe an hour or two on, right? Like these days, so much time is being put into video games such that games themselves have to really like be more challenging in a way that they didn't have to in the past. Or no, I shouldn't say that. That they should be more engaging than they were in the past, right? And Minecraft sort of exemplifies this, where not only is it a creativity toy, a la Legos, but it's also because of the nature of its player base and because of the nature of modern society, it is a game also in the sense that you have to just work for it. You have to put in time, and you have to, you do your time before you get your rewards. And I'm actually not a fan of that, right? Because these kids who have, like, okay, let me qualify that, because that's a very loaded statement. For certain people, this is very important, because this is, especially for younger children, right? Because it teaches them to work hard for their eventual reward. But as you grow older, how do I say this? When you have other things that you need to work hard at in order to get a better future, i.e., or e.g., homework. If you're in school, homework if you're in university, studying if you're in university, and actual work if you're at work. If you have those things that need to be done, and you are being pulled into this false sense of having accomplished something hard in a game like Minecraft, then you have essentially used up your allotment of hard work on Minecraft for the day, right? And that's in many ways that's a gigantic tragedy. I am just fiddling with the blinds. Don't worry about background sound. Yeah, and that to me is a gigantic tragedy. Let me note this down so that you who are arguing with me in the chat can come back to this. What time are we at? We are at 9:15. So 09915 Hardwork within Minecraft is detrimental to hard work in life if there are important things that need to be done in life, right? So the point is that if you're working hard in Minecraft, there's a time and a place for it, and that particular time and that particular place is when you're young and you have the time. And when you're young, it's particularly important to learn exactly the lesson that Minecraft is teaching, which is that you should be working hard to get your reward. And so a game like Minecraft is actually wonderful in that sense, right? A game like Minecraft is amazing in that sense. But if that's what you're doing when you have things that you need to work hard at, remember with the examples we gave, homework when you're studying, or just like say like us, right? Like when there are deals to be made, and instead of working hard on a deal and creating the best possible documents and having the best possible structure in place, and the best possible like, instead of taking 3 hours to think about a proper structure and proper funding and proper channels and all of that, you spend 15 minutes thinking about it, and the rest of the 2 hours and a half on Minecraft, I know I would get fired off the deal at any rate, right? Like, and so that's the issue in itself. Anyway, let's resume our... Oh, excuse me. There we go. Yeah, let us resume our continued construction. Well, no, absolutely. There is a case for it being a relaxation toy. I 100%. I couldn't agree more with you. But that's again not the problem, right? The problem remains that, do you want to work hard during your relaxation, or do you want to relax during your relaxation? And for some people, that answer is not... Oh, that's nice. That answer is not apparent, right? Does that make sense? Am I just like... Am I the minority in this? No. See, that's not what I'm saying at all, right? Like, absolutely, if you have the time to do this, and this is all you're doing for today, like, say for example, today I'm not working on anything else, and all I'm doing is broadcasting to you in Minecraft. Like, that's perfectly fair then. Like, if you guys want to watch me for 8 hours straight, then yeah, 100% we'll go out and we'll mine, and then we'll smelt, and then we'll cut the rocks, and then we have to feed ourselves, all of that wonderful stuff. Absolutely. If that is already my work, then absolutely. If even if I'm not broadcasting, if I'm doing this just for my own relaxation, if I dedicate this entire day towards saying, okay, you know what? Today I'm just gonna take a seat back, have a nice drink, like order some takeout and just play some Minecraft. That's perfectly all right. The problem is when hard work and hard work in play combine together in the same time frame. And we know absolutely that games like this that I'm looking at right now, we know for a fact that they are addicting, and that the ease even of which we can work hard in Minecraft far outstrips the ease with which we can work hard in work or study. And so therefore, if we've had that subconscious satisfaction of having worked hard in Minecraft already, what does that mean for actually working hard in life, right? And yes, I appreciate it makes me sound old and stodgy, but I feel like that's like sounding old and stodgy is not the point. But rather, like, it's the point is, I don't think that this is the right way for us to approach, but I don't think this is the right way for us, for working people or like studying children to be relaxing by working hard in a video game. Now, having said that, I can see a time when that is kind of useful, and that is exam time, right? And you really need something to completely divert the attention of your brain, and really nothing does that better than working hard on something that has nothing to do with what you're studying. And absolutely, I will concede that, no problem. But if it's just day-to-day studying, I don't think so. I'm not a fan of. Yeah, exactly. See, she gets it. No, that's not what's happening. You know very well that's not what's happening. Anyway, okay, let us move on first. So what I've decided is I'm going to just finish off this facade, and then we will look at 3 different ways for these, what are those? Those shorter segments to be built, and then we can decide which one we want to keep as a group, because this is a, shall we call it a a weighted democracy, where you guys have a voice too, except it's not very loud. It's true, it's not very loud. I mean, if you enjoy this, what can I say? So I do feel like the side needs to be kept the same. So what do we think about, I think I'm leaning towards the center one. The bottom one is what we started with. It is essentially a copy of this, of just the center part, right? But I think, like, the top one has its merits, and part of that is that you could see this being 2 separate rooms. Of course it's not, but you could see this as being a better window, because you have a slightly bigger field of view, right? And that's part of brutalism, is actually like working with the materials, and sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't. But in this particular case, I actually, the more I'm looking at the top one, the more I think it is working better than the middle one at integrating the material into the building. Oh, I know you didn't mean to, but you gave me a new idea. What if it looked like that? Actually, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't like that. No, this is good. We're all in agreement on something. Okay, maybe not all of us. No, but I don't like it, and so therefore my vote is still, well, I mean, no, unfortunately. If you really wanted to, you could, do it yourself. Do it yourself, bro. I welcome the challenge. You're not gonna do it. Imagine you had time to do this. Just imagine you had time to do this, and imagine what would my boy Lloyd say? Oh my god. I don't. I'm not gonna change it, but and I'm not gonna walk back the comment. No, I'm not gonna. It's all good. He'll be fine with it. Hey, if he's not, he knows where to find me. Of course I have his contact. Who do you think I am? Absolutely, I guarantee you he'll remember. I mean, if you want to try, by all means, I probably wouldn't suggest it. Because that seems like that doesn't seem like an interesting thing to bother him with. I mean, especially after you left like that, right? Like that was let's just say that wasn't a pretty way of leaving. Okay, so let's also do this particular facade because we've essentially done it, right? So that. Do like this. Actually, you make a good point. I don't know, because right now the there's only one level in between the floors. But I mean, what we could do is actually just put down carpets on top, right? There are carpets, I believe. Come on. Don't make me into a liar. Where are the carpets? Are they here? Yeah. Yeah, like we could like, you know, put down some carpets. So it's okay. It doesn't have to be all like... But I really do like the idea of it being... Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, what was that? Was that the andesite? Yeah, that was the andesite. And we don't need stone. Lovely. Stone, granite, andesite. Lovely. Right? No. How many stories should we build it? I might as well do some right now, right? Should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll just mark it up, and then we can see how it looks like at the top. Are you still on that, man? I mean, I can see your point, absolutely. I don't get me wrong. I don't disagree that it's a lovely way of relaxation. I just don't think it's a lovely way of... That's a lot of floors, man. Wow. And also, we probably should have made these bigger, because this is going to end up being very very restrictive. But that's okay. We'll build small cramped rooms, just like Brutalists intended. Oh my god, have you guys seen those? Oh. Actually, I don't think you guys have worked in true Brutalist buildings. Like, they're mostly... They're not banker buildings these days, right? Like I know for a lot of them, they're like Art Nouveau, and those are a little bit better, just because they have, you know, some lovely heritage, whereas Brutalism doesn't have any lovely heritage anymore. It's gonna look... That's actually the point, right? Like, it's going to look like a gray slab that's sitting across from this lovely, let's call it Italian-esque mountainside town. And if that's not the true expression of the human condition, I don't know what is. Before I forget, can we do a time check? 24 minutes. Good, thank you. You know, I don't actually think it's so bad. Again, this is just me being me, of course. But I'm actually a huge fan of. Oh, no, it's okay. My printer just occasionally goes into cleaning or like resetting itself mode, and I never know when it is, and I've never really paid attention enough to know when it is. So it's just a little bit surprising when it does. It's not trying to kill me. Don't worry. Can you imagine if like electronics one day gain sentience, or not sentience, sapience? Sentience is not enough, right? Like we come back to, I had a video. I think this was before I went live to you guys in a Discord, where I talked about the nature of AI and how AI, as we understand it now, is incapable of being sapient. That doesn't mean it's not dangerous, of course, but true sapience, as far as we are concerned, that's not something that's possible right now with our technology. Nice, look at that. That'll be beautiful. Two of those, one of those, just straight up into the sky. Way to ruin the atmosphere. Love it. That is, if that's not humanity, I don't know what is, man. And I should just say, isn't it nice that we're just able to do this? Like, I love the fact that this is, and again, right, we come back to the discussion before about whether this is whether I should be forced to work hard in a video game or not. And I will continue to maintain that it very much depends on what you're trying to accomplish, right? Like, if this were my work and you fellas were out there just, oh, sorry, not fellas, boys and girls, where they're paying me to stream for like 6 hours at a time, done. Absolutely. I would not do this in creative mode at all, because that's not the point. But like, while we are talking, like, yeah, exactly, like, if the point is for us to have a conversation about brutalism, and remember, this was sponsored, right? This is not me saying, oh, I want to do this, and then you guys being forced to listen. And coincidentally, nobody's nobody's forcing you to listen to me. You just want to. That's a completely different concept, right? Yeah, I'm gonna insist that it is. Where's our music from yesterday? Good question. It's not here, and that's because I forgot. I forgot to actually look at what it would take for me to combine the two songs and have it play in sort of like random sequence. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for now because we only have 2. But the moment we hit 3, it's just better for things to be played in random sequence. Otherwise, it'll get really boring, right? Oh, you're getting really bored of it now, eh? Well, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with it. At least for now. Until I sit down to figure out how it's gonna work. You know, you could always sponsor me to figure out how it's going to. Not that I know. I think you would, or you should, but I've seen you guys make much more questionable choices with your money. Name one. That's rich coming from you. Okay, I will name one actually, if you don't mind, if you don't mind me talking about it. the hold on, let me type it to you. So that, if you're okay with me talking about that. The response was do your worst. Okay. um so I'm just gonna summarize it first by saying lime green blazer. You see the response? You see the response? Yeah, lime green blazer. For those who might not be on the Discord, this is our newly engaged boy trying to find his wedding jacket, like the jacket for his wedding ceremony. And I don't know why he would come to me for advice, but he did. And this man just randomly sent me a link to not even a tailor, not even, you know, one of those custom tailors or semi-custom tailors like Indochino, but just like he sent me a AliExpress listing of some fabric. No, I'm not even joking. Like the boy just sent me some fabric, and I was like, "What do you think of this?" And I had no idea what he was trying to get at, right? Like I thought he was planning for his kitchen or something. and no, it turns out no. Oh, so actually, so I was like, you know, that wouldn't look bad in your insert location here kitchen, which is sort of it's in a nice part of town that could benefit from a little bit of color, right? So I was like, you know what, that's fine for a kitchen. And then my boy is like, it's not for the kitchen. I am ashamed to admit that wait a second. Oh no, we're good. I'm ashamed to admit that I got scared at that point because because I dreaded what he would say next, and he said exactly what I thought he would say next. And yeah, the conversation moved from that into tremendous amounts of mocking for because it wasn't cheap fabric. I'll just put it that way, right? Like it wasn't cheap fabric. It was a nice silk. It was very nice silk, actually, now that I think about it. And this boy is just like yeah, I honestly I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm still surprised that she's, first of all, that she's marrying you to begin with, and secondly that she would just let you think. You know what? I'm of the opinion that she didn't even see that. I'm right, aren't I? Ha! See? Can you imagine if she saw that? Actually, why don't you just bring her into the Discord? I mean, it's not like we don't know her. We all know each other. I mean, most of us. Yeah, invite her in. It's all good. Oh, coincidentally, yes. I have been asked how one gets into the Discord. You have to know someone in it, and because it's my personal one, I have to then approve it. And yeah. So unfortunately, all of you lovely, well, there's not. There are like 3 people that occasionally watch this, and most of them are donors. Yeah. That's how you would get into the Discord. It's just not something I publicize, and it's not something, and it's not we as funny as it is to say, we did all sign NDAs. Like I couriered them NDAs to sign before they could get it, just because there are it's there's sensitive information that could occasionally pop up in there that makes it difficult for people. Like, if the NDAs didn't exist, some of the deals that my boys and girls, my bad, have made in there wouldn't have existed to begin with. So that's just, yeah. Like, there's nothing illegal going on, because there's no need to do anything illegal when you know, you can do it the legal way. Yes, you're right. The only thing illegal in this Discord is me. Yes, that's exactly it. Is it getting too repetitive? What do you guys think? Yeah, it is. Yeah. That you've actually hit the nail on the head, actually. It is. This is already more interesting than most. Like, this facade itself is already more interesting than most, shall we say, what am I saying? Most brutalist buildings that I've come across. Because there's already so much texture both in the siding and in these places. Like, most brutalist buildings would just be like giant slabs all over the place, and then they call it a day. But we are actually like, this is some very nice stuff that's going on. Oops. Just want to fill in the holes so that we can get a feel of what this looks like. Really? It need not be repeated here. Boy, are you still on that? Come on. Just let it go, bro. I mean, no, I see your point, right? Like, the point is that it is hard work for a different reason, and so therefore you could see it potentially being applied in the brain in a different way. But like, we only have so much concentration that we can use as humans every day. Like, I simply do not believe that as humanity we're able to concentrate for 24 hours a day, or even 18 hours, or even for 10 hours. Right? Like, 10 hours worth of concentration, or okay, maybe not 10 hours. Let's say like 12 hours worth of concentration a day is a lot, and most people are unable to function well if that's what happens. And you have to keep in mind, right, like that playing I appreciate that, like, farming for materials is not the same thing as working hard on a deal, obviously. But working hard is working hard, and attention span is attention span, right? Like, just because you're not doing a very, I want to change this. I hate my brain sometimes. That looks better to me. Hold on. I'll get back to the argument in a second. It's not because I thought I'd lose, but because I really want to see what this looks. Not gonna lie, I think that looks better. Crap. We've already committed. It's too late. Anyway, back to the argument. Yeah, like, the human brain doesn't concentrate in infinite portions. right? Some of it, sure, 100%. You could imagine them being like some people are able to do it more than others. I cannot agree with you more. That doesn't, however, mean that they are that the average person is able to do 12, 14 hours a day, and why would you expect them to, right? That's like, I would rather have them rest, because that's how the economy gets stimulated and how all of us have a job to begin with. Well, I mean, unless you're exactly. Exactly. I was about to say, unless you're working for that guy. But again, like, that's, did you hear about the associates? Like, it's essentially, yeah. That's actually kind of nice. Not gonna lie, that is kind of nice. But yeah, the point remains, right? The point remains. I don't think that the best time, or rather the best way to spend that time, if you have work that you need to do, I don't think the best way to spend that time is to then also play a lot of Minecraft where you have to farm everything, because you're just gonna run out of time to do everything, right? Like, we only have 24 hours in a day. What are you gonna do with it? Like, it just doesn't make sense that I mean, you're very well entitled to your opinion, and I don't hold it against you. I don't believe that that's possible. I mean, having said that, actually, hold on. Why don't you do it? Try it. Show us. If I'm honest, I would love to watch your stream. Actually, I would love to watch most of your streams. Of course, then I have even less time for anything, so I probably won't. So I probably won't watch your streams, but I'll drop in now and then. Well, I mean, am I not the busiest out of all of us? Literally, I'm doing so much more than you guys, technically. Well, I mean, maybe not in the sense of that kind of work, but in terms of, one second, in terms of just the breadth of my work, yeah, absolutely, I'm doing more than you guys. Absolutely. Look at the building I just built. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, we are actually. So once I do have to finish this facade, don't I? But you see, here again is the point, right? Like, the purpose of this conversation isn't just random conversation. It is brutalism, and our conversation of brutalism is being held back by the fact that I can only build so fast, right? Like, I wanted to finish the building so that we could talk about what it looks like, but of course I don't have. I'm playing on a version of Minecraft that doesn't allow the kind of mods where I could just like copy and paste, right? Like, I'm not playing on the Java version where I could like write my own. I could literally write a mod that builds this for me, right? Yeah, because it's Java. So because it's in Java, you can, and actually the community very much encourages that you just, write your own mod to do what you want it to do. And it's actually not that difficult to do so, as long as you know, you have some basic fundamental grasp of programming. but of course I don't actually own the Java version of this game, and also I can't be bothered. Well, I mean, it is slightly more challenging or slightly more involved than I make it sound, right? Because you can't just like open a terminal and just type into it. At least I don't think so. If you know differently, you're very welcome to prove me wrong. But yeah, so like I don't have. What was I saying? Yes, the point was of this exercise was to talk about brutalist architecture. Except, of course, we're not able to because I'm stuck having to place these blocks in the middle of in the middle of nowhere. But again, though, right? Like, perhaps we're all using brutalist architecture as a excuse to just get together and chat, or I guess in your case, in the case of you boys and girls, to listen to me prance on about stuff that I have no idea on. Oh, yeah, I thought I preempt you. But it ends up being okay, so who am I to complain? I mean, you guys are having, I assume, fun. One of us is getting incredibly drunk, I see. And that's okay, I guess. Bro, are you alright? Aren't you glad that we all signed that NDA? Right. I mean, that's kind of the point, right? And that's actually what happens a lot in the industry. I don't know if you guys are aware in the tech industry where there are NDAs get thrown around all over the place for that exact reason. Well, I mean, for a lot of reasons, but one of them is to just be able to relax a little bit. Of course, that's not to say that NDAs don't exist in other industries. Of course they do, right? And they shield a lot of bad things from coming out, and that's tragic. But there is a case for them, I believe, and if used properly, like we have shown, I think there's a good case for using them to. I mean, some would accuse us of being a private club, but that is almost exactly what it is, right? It is like, I mean, not the stream itself, but rather the server. And private clubs are how deals just have been getting done for the past, I don't even know, 500, 600 years. So what more can I say to that? Club disbanded, yes. I mean, if one of you, decide to turn on us, then we might have to. But I don't think so, right? We're all friends. I have seen egos, actually. I have seen egos. Well, not so much amongst us, and I think that's just partially because, like, the overarching connection between all of us is well, yes, exactly. The overarching connection is that everyone gets to make fun of me, and I have found that it actually works really well in bringing people together, making fun of me. Don't you think so? I worked at this one with this one group of people. I don't think I've ever told you guys this story, but essentially the entire workforce was so demoralized that I was part of a group that got called in to try to change that, not just culture, but also just like to improve. How much can I say? Well, give me one quick second. I just need to answer this email. Yeah, so we were called in to, it wasn't a culture problem per se, but it was a channel and distribution problem that was leaving the workforce fairly demoralized. And for whatever reason, partially it's probably because I showed up in like blazers and ties and stuff, like I usually do, right? And because I did that, the workforce got very very into casually making fun of me, because generally that's not how things are done in the industry, right? Especially in the tech industry, where looking like you're a slob is no. uh, where it's generally accepted that you can be comfortable. And so obviously to this day, I think a lot of you still don't understand why I'm comfortable the way I am, right? Yeah, but I am, and that is just how it works, right? So, but anyway, so the workforce got really into being mean to me. No, not being mean to me, but like teasing me about it. And it turns out that they that was one of the uniting things that brought everybody together. And one quick second, another email. And so yeah, because it brought everyone together, suddenly morale improved, and as we made suggestions to the distribution channels, things looked up, and suddenly the team posted a year-over-year improvement of, what was it, like something ridiculous. It was like 300% or something like that. Like, and afterwards, I was specifically told to my face by their manager, and actually, like, I went out for a drink with the manager and the director, and I was told to my face that part of the reason was because my no, it wasn't because my face was ugly. uh it was because the team felt that we had done a good job in connecting with them for some reason, because it looked like I looked like a douchebag, and could like take it, take a joke, not take it, take a joke. Why must everything take on such a tone? If it's Why is modern society? Well, I mean, I guess most society has always been about, the more carnal, but like, it doesn't have to be, right? Can you girls tell me to, like, regardless, the point is, yeah, apparently making fun of me brings people together, and it turns out that I guess it does for you guys as well. I'm certainly not complaining. I don't. Well, and I think that's actually key to being kind of happy in life, right? Like, you just gotta know when and how to take a joke, and I appreciate that in some cultures and with some people, they hide behind jokes and say really mean and malicious things, and that is terrible. Like, those people, I think those people are some of the worst people I've ever met. um, I don't think there's a good way for me to answer that without hurting your feelings, my friend. But I mean, you came through, right? In the end, you came through. So what can I say? No, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, like again though, like the point is that there being, you notice how even when we're not when I'm not broadcasting, that in the Discord I rarely make fun of you guys. Like, that's not to say I don't do it. Obviously, like, I gotta do it. I gotta do some, right? Otherwise you guys think I'm too easy to pick on. But I don't engage in that particular activity for too much fun, because it's like it's not that interesting to me to. That's not to say I can't recognize the joke, just that it's okay if other people do it. Hey, I'm the one that's risking carpal tunnel to talk about brutalist architecture, all right? No, you're right. We're not talking about brutalist architecture right now. But that's almost besides the point. Oh, incidentally, look how cool it looks when the rain just slows down. Anyway. Let us now take a step back and look at this building from afar. Yes, I understand that it took us literally an hour to build this. But given our friend's talk on hard work and stuff, I think... See? Don't we feel accomplished? Well, having said that, yes, there's a reason I pulled back. And exactly. Thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, do you want to type it as I'm speaking it out loud? I don't know how I would synchronize it. Anyway, in conclusion, we've had a nice conversation about hard work. We've had a nice conversation about brutalism. We've had a nice conversation about lime green jackets. See, gotta keep you on your toes, right? And yeah, I think that's it for today. It's been an hour. But I had fun. I'm glad you guys had fun. Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow we will... I don't know what we'll do tomorrow. Probably Australia again. I like Australia, okay? Don't groan at me. Hey, if you want to do something different, you're very welcome to sponsor. I mean, again, right? That's the interesting part. I normally wanted to do these once every 2 days, but because of how eager you guys seem to be to I guess the eagerness comes from wanting to insult me. That makes sense. Anyway, we're good. In conclusion, download Firefox, don't do Chrome. Thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you tomorrow. Bye bye.